We're just letting a couple of people get in. How was everybody's Friday?
Yes.
You guys tell us. Tell us.
Why was it so hot, Ashley? Why was it so hot today? What was the deal? I was in jeans today.
Why?
Because I feel like I've been able to wear jeans the last couple of days, or like this week, and so I walked out of my house in jeans, and I almost died because it was so hot.
It was really. I went to the park today, and I was like in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Wendy! Wendy's on here, guys. Wendy. She's here. She says her new soda stream came in. And she bought a lot of shoes from Passion Footwear. If you guys do not know the company Passion Footwear, get to know it, guys. Follow me, Unbelievably Surviving. Yeah, you know the drill, because Passion Footwear shoes, the fall line dropped today. Mm-hmm. And Wendy and I were just a tad bad. Well, no. Wendy did not go over her budget, just a little.
A little bit?
But I did not go over my budget.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess we can start, because the few people that we did want in here are in here now. So, you guys are the MVPs, and you guys can...
Yes.
She did. Wendy did need a little treat. She said she needed a little treat. Sorry, I'm like watching the comments. She had a rough week. Aww. And... and now she's going to be with us and laugh and chit-chat. And...
Oh, a little treat. I thought you said a little treat. I was like, why did she need a treat?
No, a little treat.
I don't know. I was confused. I was like, it's not Christmas. We're like very, we're pumpkin-y and Halloween-y, but not Christmas-y quite.
I know. All right. So tonight's topic, right? Mm-hmm. Tonight's topic is losing friendships in adulthood, which... There was a lot that you guys had to say, and I appreciate everybody who came and commented or, sent a private message to me and Hannah. Mm-hmm. And even if you want to share now, go ahead. And also on the website as well. Mm-hmm. You'll be able to share and also share anonymously, and we can share your story. Mm-hmm. So... Hannah, do you want to... I know you had a lot of good points in your notebook.
We had a long... Yes, my lovely pink fuzzy notebook, which will always make an appearance. We had a lot of good points about why we lose friendships in adulthood. Let's see. Well... Okay. Well, I feel like this one is pretty relevant, or has been really relevant recently. So, difference of opinion, like, politically.
Okay. Right? That's a huge one.
That's a huge one. I'm diving right into, like,
the rough stuff, one. I know. But see, that's important to say, right? It's like, does that always ruin a friendship?
No.
Does it have to ruin a friendship?
No.
Is there a way to kind of deal with that? Yeah? Have you had difference of political opinions and you just how do you do that? How do you not lose the friendship then?
Well, I feel like, it's not like you can have a different belief than I have, right?
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that we just don't need to discuss that topic.
Okay.
Right? So for me at least, but I feel like people get really impassioned about certain things, especially politically, and then they can't kind of get out of their own way around it. And
I feel like it's a respect thing.
Okay.
Like, if you have a difference of opinion, there needs to be respect. Like, it's funny because a lot of people don't even know where I stand politically.
A lot of people don't know where I stand either, but that's because I don't talk about it. Because I feel like it's such a hot topic, necessary. Right? It's such a hot button topic. And so I just would rather not talk about it. What?
So Wendy said the rough thing is when it is different of opinion and when it is a different of values. That is correct, Wendy. That brings us to our really good point. Yes. Do you want to say it?
No,
okay.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine, she had friends for a long time. She had these, I don't know if it was one friend or a couple or what the situation was exactly, But she had these friends, and they had, different values on, I guess I can say it, like homosexuality. And she was, it wasn't really a personal thing for her, but she was like, oh, these are my friends, and they're just joking, and they would make these comments that just weren't really correct, right? But she was like, oh, it's fine, like I'll just brush it off. And then she had children, and also her brother came out as gay. And the friends were like, oh, well, it's fine because it's your brother. And she was like, oh, you know what, this is where our friendship needs to end.
So it's not fine if it's somebody else, but it's just fine if it's her brother.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like in that sense, totally, it's like, were they really even your friends? Or she said, I don't really want those people around me, my children. It makes sense. It's like, okay, so then that is definitely a reason to lose a friendship. And I feel like that's a very valid one if it doesn't, if the like values don't align.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Like if it's it depends when it comes to like core values, right? Like that's yeah. Because if somebody has an issue with something like that, like for me, right? Like if somebody has an issue with homosexuality, I would have a very hard time maintaining
being friends with them. Yeah, I mean, I've tried to make friends a lot, and it's fun. It's like they'll say one little thing, and I'm like, I already know where this is going. I'm like, I don't need to like continue the friendship or continue the conversation anymore, because it's like I'm not going to. I guess if I were to become their friend, I would feel like I am saying yes to their hatred, and that definitely wouldn't sit well with me. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that goes into boundaries, which is what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
that's another point.
That's like your hard and fast boundary. What?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just it's so cute when Wendy says yes.
Right? Because like that steps on whatever it is for you, that your values, and you don't want to.
Yeah, something that, you're and the funny thing is, she also said that she felt guilty, like after a while when she became older and stuff, like now she feels almost guilty that she let those comments slide. And I was like, well, you were young, and you obviously didn't have the knowledge. I mean, if all of us had the knowledge that we had now 10 years ago, I mean, imagine where we'd be. But
But it also didn't affect her personally in the same way. Like if she's talking about her brother, then it affects her, more personally. So
I guess I don't know if that's something that you guys want to comment. It's like, does it affect you if it's your sibling or someone very close to you? Does it feel very personal in that sense? Do you guys? That would be a good question, because I've personally never had that experience. So, obviously that's something I cannot comment about, but I'd be interested to know what people feel like. I mean, if it were something else, sometimes yes. If someone were to say something about my brother, because I do have a brother, I definitely would feel very like, I would take it very personal. And that's just, me. But the boundary thing. What did people have to say about that one?
Nobody said anything. I was just saying like that we had been talking about boundaries before we got, that you like.
Now that we're talking about boundaries, I want to talk about something, because it happened to me, right? Oh, Wendy said, my sister's trans. It's absolutely more personal for me. Okay, thank you. I think it's okay if I took becoming personal for someone to say something isn't okay. Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Well, I guess what I was right. And I kind of agree with that, but I guess what I was saying is like, I think maybe she didn't like, she might not have recognized. Yeah, she might not have recognized like how much it bothered her until it became so personal, whereby it was her brother, right? Like, I'm not saying it's okay, not okay. It's just like different people come to
realizations at different points in their time. Yeah,
so,
that's true.
So it may not have bothered her quite as much. For me, it would bother me, period, the end, right? Like, I'm with Wendy. Like, I feel like if you have, if you have an issue with any group of people, right? And just, you're in that way, like, I would have an issue, period. Like,
I would have an issue with you because you have an issue with people. I'm like, what?
Right, with any group of people.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is, like, maybe it just didn't bother her quite as much until she was like, oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah, that's true. And also, I feel like sometimes, if you're a close friend or something like that, and you've been friends for long, it's like, it could feel harder to let go of that bond, right? Like, there's so many things that we let people do in our lives and let people say or treat us because we've been friends for so long, right? And I think that is something that we all have to work on, right? Or like,
well, there it is again. Those are our boundaries.
Wendy said, not everyone is attuned to everything, especially if it's jokes or subtle. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's why now I don't know. I try not to make jokes, or I try to... I really just try not to make jokes because I'm like... Well, jokes of that nature. I mean, I do make jokes. I make jokes all the time,
But you wouldn't make a joke about someone's sexuality.
Oh, no.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Because that's not something to joke about.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, there's certain things that I've never even watched. Like, everybody loves, like... South Park and stuff like that, and I was like, I've never liked it just because I don't feel like it's funny to make fun of people, and that's something that I never cared for even as a kid, and I'm not saying like if you like South Park you're a bad person. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it just doesn't
align with you, right?
Yeah,
and that's okay.
Wendy said, "LOL, queer people make the best gay jokes." Well, okay, see, that's fine. That's totally fine. But I feel like, let's see, even as a Hispanic person, as a woman, I feel like, okay, I can make personal jokes kind of like about myself or like stereotypes. Right. I'm not going to go ahead and make a joke about something that I have no knowledge about. Like, that is not my domain to make jokes about. So it's like, I would not make jokes about that. I would make jokes about, whatever else. I'm funny.
But would you... I'm funny. Well, okay. Let's see. Let's see what the next... Oh,
it's so... No, go ahead. Comment? It's so funny, like, it's like, you can, like, continuously go on tangents.
Oh, completely. We could go... we would be all night, literally here all night, if we just, like... All right, let's see what else. Jealousy. Somebody said jealousy, and I'm like, but so what is... What?
No, Wendy's telling me a private joke. Wendy!
Oh my God. Not now, ladies. What would that mean to you, though? Because you had a response to that. They didn't say why. It was just like a topic.
Jealousy?
Jealousy.
Did I have a response? I don't know if I've ever had...
Like...
Well, okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but like in the way... I mean, obviously people feel jealous for different reasons, right? Mm-hmm. And you can't really control their jealousy or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I've had people... They've never said it, but the way that they've acted seems to me it's like they've been jealous of like my relationships. They've made comments about like, oh, your man does this, your man does that, or whatever.
Like he's taking care of you.
Yeah, like little things. And it's not like in the like, not in the sense where I would be like, oh, I love Matt, how he makes soup for you. No, I feel like that would be cute, right? Mm-hmm. But it's like, oh, must be nice, or what, things like that. Like, they word it in a different way that I'm just like, what?
Well, are you saying it's obvious that they're not supporting it, but rather they're, like, poking at you because they're feeling jealous, and so you can see that? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I guess. Which obviously sucks because I was like, listen, I've had to go through my crap too, to be in a relationship. And I was like, my relationship is by no means perfect or anything like that, right? Whatever. But I mean, I've also felt like it is a personal choice too. Like if you are in a relationship, you obviously have to you have to teach people how to teach you. And this is friendship. This is, you know, coworkers. This is any type of relationship that you have in your life. You have to teach people how to treat you. And again, that's with like boundaries and stuff like that. Like all of this falls into place because you have to tell yourself, like, okay, what am I okay with? What am I not okay with? What am I going to accept? And you have to speak up. So
yep. And I was saying to you before when we were talking just before this, that like it has taken me a very long time to get to that space. And what I find so kind of cool, like for me, just on the other side, is that like I feel like you're there already. Like so when I was 30, I was like so far from being in that space. And I was saying like I feel like I would let people walk all over me in so many ways, like friendships that were so toxic for me, and I would just like let it happen. And now in my 40s, I'm like, I can't say the word I want to say, but like, no, it's not happening anymore is a nice way of saying it, right? But establishing those boundaries took me a really long time to get to that, or to get to that place.
And that's why you've lost these friends.
Well,
right?
And it's true. Actually, no. And for me, that actually is partly why I have lost some friends in the last couple of years.
Because you gained confidence?
Because my boundaries are better, right? Like,
wow.
But, yeah.
That's insane. That's, I mean, that's pretty good. I'm like, obviously to talk about. It's like, just, you know, you go on this self journey, right? Like on this like self healing or whatever you want to call it, and it's like, just know you are going to lose people on along the way. But I mean, it's fine. It's like, okay. Shedding dead weight, right?
Well, no, seriously. I mean, essentially, yeah. Like you notice what you don't want, what feels toxic for you, and then you're not going to allow that, like, just like what you said, like, you're going to teach people how to treat you. I mean, I don't know that, like, it's interesting that you said it that way. I don't know that I would have ever even thought to say it that way, but it's an interesting way of putting it. But it really is. It's like your, what you will allow and what you won't allow in your space.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Anyway.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah.
So Wendy said, I managed to set that boundary on a really toxic friendship when I was 26. Wow, good for you. 4 years later, she reached out to apologize, and we've managed to mend, and we're now really great friends. Aww. Dude, I love that.
That's sweet.
I love that. See, you can set boundaries, and you can... Like, the friendship can, like, you know, but it can come back.
Right, but the other person
has to
grow.
Yeah.
Right? Because if they don't, then they're just the same person and they're just as toxic for you as they were before.
Dude, but that is amazing. I mean...
Yeah, that's really cool.
I mean, it sucks that you had to go through that, but that's really cool that you guys have... Oh, she grew up a lot and learned, and I'm better at my spine. What? I don't know. She's texting. She's like messaging it, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's my spine is better. Oh, okay. Yeah. So like.
You're more able to express what you need. In other words, right?
Like a stronger spine.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an American thing.
What?
Is that an American
Using
saying?
that
yeah, like that verbiage.
Yeah.
Strong spine.
Maybe.
Or something?
I don't know. I'm not sure where it comes from, but.
Oh my God, she said yes.
Oh, it is. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, no, but I mean, I knew what she was. But we both knew what she was saying.
I mean, I understood, but obviously, like through the mic, like people may be watching this listening to it on Spotify, and they may not understand. But. Yeah, I mean, that's incredible, though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
People talk about, like, having a shiny spine. What? Who is talking? Okay. Apparently, I don't have enough American friends.
Shiny spine?
Yeah. I have no idea what that means. You're going to have to enlighten us, Wendy, because, whoa. Mm-hmm. Oh, Wendy is going to be on the show, guys, and I am so excited. Right. However, Wendy has not told me what the title of her episode will be called, because I don't want to name it for her. And I just want her to have, like, more concise notes. But she will be on the show, and I'm so excited because Wendy is an incredible human being. I mean, I love her. She said, I don't know. Oh, Jeremy, you're technically Brazilian, dude. I don't know if I would consider you American. He says he's never heard that, but, you know. Okay. I don't know. I hear it a lot in stories about, like, toxic in-laws. Oh my God, yes.
What? How?
So, sorry. Wendy said she's excited. I know. I'm reacting. I'm
like, what's happening, Ashley? I don't understand.
I think we have to get like a...
We need a bigger something.
Can you read that?
Well, I'm like trying to...
Can you read that if it's like this?
I can, yeah. I can
okay, good. That's better. We need like we need like a bigger screen monitor, whatever. Yeah. Santa. No. Hello. All right, continue. Don't stray off the topic.
Sorry. Yes, let's keep going.
Because I have like a potential story, but I don't want to say it now. I want to say it like until the end because it's really good. It's really juicy. Just in case people are watching this, I don't think they're gonna make it to like maybe certain people may not make it to the end, and so.
Oh, well, we could talk about, like, the communication breakdown, which we were discussing with my brother-in-law, remember? When we were talking about, like, just the fact that, like, well, first of all, in today's world, we're so in communication constantly. And it feels like sometimes when people don't react back like this, because we're so, it's like the now, right? Like, that we're used to.
Like, if I text you, you need to text
me back. Right back, because you have a phone. Everybody has a phone. So clearly, like, if you're not texting me back, something's wrong with me or something's wrong with us or whatever, right? I don't know. But, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, just say what you're going to say.
I was going to say, it's funny because I think a lot of people expect that from me because you see me on social media. But sometimes...
Because you're always on.
Sometimes I take some hours to myself and I just sit down and like watch a YouTube video on my phone. I mean, not on my phone, on my like TV, and I just kind of like
zone out
because I was like, sometimes I just really need it because it's like you're getting like the feed so much and you're like, what is my own thoughts?
Yeah,
where are my own
thoughts?
Well,
there's like so much static in your head because you're just getting bombarded with it all the time is what you're saying. But yeah, so we were talking about, like, intentional communication, right? Like, that was part of what we were talking about. And having the friendships that you really want to nurture and maintain, having to be really intentional about it. Yeah. Especially because, I mean, there is stuff coming at us constantly.
Yeah.
But just going back to the idea that, like, and actually, I don't know if Stacey's still listening, but we were talking about this earlier today, like, just, like, the idea that people tend to take it so personally, too, if you don't answer them. I mean... When really, it's like, no, dude, I'm just, like, taking a couple of hours to do something. Like you said, like, I'm just taking a couple of hours to myself. It has nothing to do with you. I'm not, like, not answering you because I'm upset with you or I'm, like...
Yeah, it's not singling you out or ignoring you.
Right.
I mean, although I'm sure people do that. But sometimes people just need a break.
For the most part, we're all just so busy and we have lives and we have things to do. And so, like, we don't always get back to each other so quickly. Even though the expectation feels like it maybe more is now that, we have our phones and we can do it right away.
Mean, it's really funny because I remember you said someone commented and said, oh yeah, someone didn't message me back or whatever, call me back. So, that friendship is over. And I was like, I don't know if they were being serious, but I can see people being serious about that. Like, you do have to be, like so there's like a lot of people that are on Facebook, right? Or like on Instagram and they'll like my stuff and whatever. And they'll like throw a comment, but I really do appreciate the people who take time to like private message me, who text me, and even if it's not just a text, it's like an actual phone call. Like I like voice notes because I feel like it takes intention to talk to me. Like, you're setting aside, because sometimes when people are texting, they're like, oh, doing whatever, and then they're also texting you. But like, if you're doing a voice note, I feel like you have to be very intentional with what you're saying. And it's like, one of the things, one interesting point is like, Wendy and I, we met through passion, right? Because we're both in the Convertible Heel Club, and we met through passion, and we were like, hey, do we want to like meet one day and go see each other and whatever. And she lives in Massachusetts and I live in Connecticut, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And we were two complete strangers, and we met each other, and we like really like hit it off. And then we've both been very intentional about being in each other's lives, which is crazy because I feel like Wendy's one of my closest friends, despite the fact that I've only seen her 2 times in person in my life. Yes. Wendy said it was the best day. It literally has been amazing. Like, my daughter knows about her and everything, and it's like, we have phone calls. Like, if you look at my phone log, like, she's there.
Right. Well, you mean you're constantly in contact, but it's not, you just haven't been in
physical form.
Right.
Yeah.
Except for like twice.
Oh, I love you,
so
Wendy.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's honestly been the best, and it's like and we've been so supportive of each other. I think that's important too. It's like, she's very supportive of my dreams, and I'm super supportive of her dreams as well. It's like, we connect on obviously more than just shoes, but it's like, we've had some very serious conversations about so much. And I think that's
but you're doing a voice text.
No, we're like
on the phone.
We're on the phone.
Yeah.
And the thing too is like, we're not superficial. We're not superficial. It's like, it's funny, like, every time she texts me, she'll just like send me the text or be like, oh, I bought these shoes, or blah blah blah, or whatever. It's like, it's not even like, hi, how are you? Like, we just skip over that, and then she she just tells me what she has to say. Yeah. And I was like, I think that's really interesting, because I think at this point it's like, we don't even need formalities. Like, those are formalities, right? It's like, oh, how are you? Like, whatever. What do you
Actually, I feel like I never say how are you to you. So.
Well, Wendy said it's like a continuation of a conversation. Yes, exactly. That's what it is. It's just like, and then, sometimes, I'm pretty sure we text like once a week or something. It's hilarious. But it's so cool because I was like, dude, you live far from me, but we're like, but we're very close.
Very close.
Yeah, because it's that intention, right? And we've definitely have both felt like, okay, we're not going to let this like be a one-time thing. We're not going to let this like fizzle out. Like, because we've kept saying like, oh, we need to get together more, but we haven't. But I still know that she loves me and the intention is there, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, the distance isn't stopping you. It's still, you're still like, you have that close relationship despite it.
Yeah.
And that's special, right? Like.
Yeah. And then there's other people who don't make the time for you whatsoever. And those people in my life, and those people in my life have basically like fizzled away. And I'm like, dude, I don't even consider you as a friend at this point, because it's like, we don't have a conversation. It's like, we're not really in each other's lives at all. So it's like, that's why, it's like, in adulthood, you are doing more things, and you're not forced to see people, right? Like, whether it be, at school, even in high school, right? It's like, you're like, oh, you have to sit with these people at least for one period, right? Every single day for 5 days a week or whatever. Or even like work friends. Like, I've had people I've worked with, and I'm like, whoa, these friends are so awesome. I'm going to be friends with them forever. And then I leave work, and then it's like, holy shit, you forgot about me. You forgot about me. But, Wendy said, friendship is a choice in adulthood, and you can tell who chooses you back. That is 100% true. Yeah. I guess that sums it up. Bye, guys. No.
We're done. And we're done. No, but I think also, right, and this is also something like I was talking about with my friends recently, the idea that like being intentional can look different for everybody,
of course.
right? Because like sometimes I will go like, so one of my longest friendships, we will go months and months and months not talking. But again, I know that like she loves me. I know that like I love her, and it's just that life gets in the way and whatever, and then we come back together and it'll be like, it could be like 4 months that we haven't really like, maybe we'll send like something here and there, but it's nothing like big, right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as we see each other, it's like there's no time passed, right? Like, so that
I have friends like that too.
Right. So
and it's really,
so it looks,
it's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's true. It's like every friendship is like, you know, everybody has different needs too. Like, okay, so one of my friends who is like that, or who I should say our relationship is like that, when I met this woman through like a whole, like a motherhood group or whatever when I was living in Colorado, and I saw her like maybe once or twice, and we had only known each other for like 2 or 3 weeks, right? So like really not known each other at all. And my husband passed away, and I never really expected to talk to this woman again ever. And I guess she like texted me or tried to call me, and then my mother was there, and my mother answered the phone, and she told her what had happened. This woman dropped everything for a couple of days, came to my apartment, helped my mom sell, pack, bought crap for my house.
Oh my gosh.
Like, because I had to move within like a week because they were like, oh, well, we're going to charge you next month's rent. I'm like, how fair is that? Like, oh, sorry, your husband passed away, but, you know, we're not giving you any.
Like, get out. Yeah.
And she had a baby of her own. She had 2 kids at the time as well. Well, I only had 1 and she had 2. And she was just an incredible like angel. Like I'm like, dude, you were like an angel in that time, because I literally had no friends there, and you came and like helped my mom and everything. And when I was like completely not there, like so dazed and stuff. And
but is this somebody you're still in contact with?
Someone that yeah. And, you know, when I go to Colorado, I always make time to see her and everything. Like, and every time that she's come up this way, she makes time to see me. And it's like, you know, those are the type of people that you're like, yeah, you need to be in my life, however that looks. If that's like, oh, every 6 months we have like a nice little chat, whatever. But it's like, those are the type of people that you want to keep very, very close. Or I should say like, in your circle of friendships, you know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Right, but every friendship looks different, which is
friendship looks different.
Which is what we're talking about now, which is not losing friends, but that's okay. That's fine.
What was the other one?
Let's go back to our list. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one.
Oh God, what is it? What is it? Say it.
So what if, like, as moms, right?
Okay.
Sometimes we get into a space where our kids were very friendly and love each other very much, and then they start to not love each other so much, or they get into fights or things like that happen. And then what if you're in this space with this person where, you know, then you have to deal with your friendship with the mother, because you have your friendship with them, and then the kids have their friendship, but their friendship goes awry. And then you have to deal with the fallout around that.
So are you saying that?
Like, have you ever been in that position?
Stacy said, "Oh man, this is the one I've been waiting for." That's hilarious. So are you saying that?
You better comment.
So are you saying that you're still friends with the mother, or you're no longer friends with the mother, or how was your relationship with the mother of the person?
Well, I mean, it could go either way, right? Like, so for me personally, I have had a space in which my daughter was friends with a particular child, and they started just like butting heads and fighting, right? And the mother then came to me basically saying that my child was responsible for all of the things and her child not so much. Right? And then, like, well, so that's my point, is like, where do you go from there? You know, like, if if the mother in question, who like you were friends with, can't own the fact that like it's a two-way street. Both kids, if they're fighting, right?
I feel like that's a no-brainer. I mean, see, okay, so I had a somewhat of a similar, like, it's like, kind of the same but different,
Mm-hmm.
where I really wanted to be friends with this one mom.
Mm-hmm.
And, she was so sweet and whatever, but like our kids just kept, every time they were together, they would like hurt each other and like this and that. And I was like, what is going on with you? It was like, I don't know if it was the age or what.
And sometimes it's just that.
Yeah.
But recognizing that is one thing. But if they can't, sorry, continue your conversation.
No, that's fine. And then,
story.
At that point, it was like, it just like, I wanted to be friends and all that. And I was like, but I feel like we just can't. So it's like, we would barely hang out. And then until one point, I was like, okay, this just needs to kind of be done. Like, I guess in that sense, I felt like I had to choose my sanity and also like my daughter's well-being, because I just felt like every time it was just drama and sadness, and like the child wasn't bad. The child was just going through their own things and whatever. And I was like, well, right now it's just not working.
Yeah.
But we took some time, and we've recently reconnected, and the kids have been splendid.
That's amazing.
They've been like playing together, and everything's been fine. And I was like, okay, so you guys just needed a break, a few months. And I was like, and it's been great. So I was like, maybe sometimes that's all you need, like a real distance of space. So I don't know if like you can do that, but maybe I would suggest like doing something like that, like kind of like taking your guys, like taking yourself out of the equation completely. And I know that can be hard, especially like, let's say if your kids go to school and they go to the same school together and stuff like that.
That's hard, because then they're seeing each other all the time. And,
Exactly. So, I mean, it's like, what else can you do? You can be like, okay, may I have a transfer or something, or like keep the desks like much further, but then it's like, you don't want people to let's see, what if the other party refuses to give you space or a break?
See, and that happens.
That is a good question. I mean, obviously, like
if you've been very clear about it.
You've been very clear about it,
right,
and the
other
person still doesn't want to. I mean,
yeah, what would you do? I don't know what
I feel like. I feel like at that point, maybe I would potentially. I wouldn't want to say it would be like a shame thing, because, Wendy, you can help me out. You have a master's degree, okay? You can help us out. I feel like.
I love how you think that qualifies. It's like, I have a master's degree, but I don't know that I can help myself out of it.
I'm always gonna use. So, I think at that point I would kind of like involve other people. Maybe not even do it like face to face. Wendy said it's a master's in English. I don't know if it's relevant. Yes, it is. But you're a smart woman. It's not relevant, you're a smart woman. I know you can do. I know you can.
You can figure it out.
See, in that point, it's like you would need kind of like a mediator. Like, let's say someone who is not dealing with that. Like let's say you and whatever, and then potentially another person. Because maybe I understand you think you're saying it clear, like, but maybe you're not saying it in a way that she understands, or like that person understands, because maybe they're hearing it from like an attack mode. Because sometimes when you say something, people can get very defensive, and if they're in a defensive mode, they don't hear it. They're like, they're only thinking of how they can like respond to you, so maybe saying it, and maybe even like in a quieter setting or something, or like saying it and be like, I've tried to tell you how I feel, you know, like coming like very softly, maybe even like touching them and be like, I've tried really hard to tell you how I feel. She said, really clear, use I statements, and if necessary, remove yourself from the spaces where you see them.
What if you can't remove yourself from the spaces that you see them now?
Because that of can school?
Happen too. Well, various reasons, right?
Activities and stuff like that?
Yeah, like sometimes that happens too.
Okay. So, again, I feel like in that sense, like that's what I would do. I would be like, you know, it's whatever the situation is, I'd be like, hey, I really feel that I need some space because of like touch them and be like, you know, I'm not
space for me, actually.
I'm
Is
not
that what you're trying to say?
I'm not saying this from like, you know, a place of of hate or something like whatever you think that person is thinking, say it's like it's not coming from that. Like I really just
need space.
I just need space. I think we need some space to like grow or something, you know. And I get it. Like it can be hard because I personally like I'd tell
That's when you start reporting to higher authorities and if absolutely necessary.
Oh my God. I'd tell the kids to talk to the teacher if I'd had to go to HR. Dude, that would be awesome if there was like an HR.
Right, you could go, if you can go above.
Yeah.
Then, you know, if the situation called for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like when talking isn't the answer, it's like you just have to take action. I feel like. So, and okay, so let's say it's like if you're doing an activity, whoever does the activity, you could tell them like, hey, is there a potential way that you could do this? So my daughter used to take gymnastics, and there was like a little girl who would like bully her, and I'd be like, and one time I said to him, I was like, can you keep those girls separate? What did he do? He changed my daughter's group instead of changing the freaking bullies group, which I thought was ridiculous. But that's another episode. But you know, whatever.
No, because why should she suffer if she's the one who's
she couldn't be with her friends. So I mean, it's gonna be a crap show anyway. And not for nothing, like I have ghosted people. Because, dude, sometimes it's just easier. It's just easier because it's like if they don't get the message.
Yeah, but I guess but what if you can't? Right?
Can't like, ghost them?
Right, because like they're around.
Move.
Where do you go?
Where do you go? What do you want from me? I'm not a magician. All right. Should we talk about my juicy one since we talked about your juicy one? Okay, so relationships, right? So, I've lost, I'll say this, lost in quotations, lost several friends due to relationships, whether they have an issue with my relationship at the time or I potentially have an issue with their relationship at the time. The most recent one truly being I was very vocal about how I did not support this relationship, and I felt like I had the right to. I mean, a ton of people have been like, oh, you had no right to say anything, but I'm like, well, you're my best friend. I know you. I know him. You know,
you
it's
felt
like
it was important for you to say.
I felt like it was very important for me to say. And then she told me that she didn't want me to say anything. She was like, "Oh, I feel like you're being a hater. I feel like you're, you know, oh, sometimes you gotta take the nuclear option." I know, it's like, but yeah, I felt like I had the right to say, you know, it's like, listen, I don't think this is the best situation for you. And to be clear, like, I did not think that they... Oh, that was about the moving away. Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. What?
What do you mean?
Wait, what do you mean? We can go back to that for a second.
Yeah.
I want to know what she means by that.
nuclear option as like moving away. I guess that's what she means. Like by like you can't get rid of it,
I
so
don't
you
know.
have to like just
so you have to leave.
Just leave.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you're in a situation where I know it's not going to be the best situation. And she was like, no, no, yes, 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 whatever. And I was like, I really don't think, I feel like you're taking this too fast. That was the issue. Like, I wasn't,
You weren't saying anything
I wasn't
horrible, in
saying
other
no.
words. Like,
I
you were
wasn't
just-
saying like,
yeah.
no, it's like, don't be with this person.
Right.
Just take it
Maybe
slow.
be
Don't,
cautious.
be
Yeah.
cautious.
Yeah.
Don't dive into
Yeah.
this relationship. And of course, she
did.
dove right into the relationship.
Yeah.
And so now we're not talking, and like
Yeah.
that person doesn't talk to me.
That's really hard.
Depends what's wrong with their partner, of course.
So wait.
Wait. It makes me nervous because an abuse tactic is cutting people off from their friends, so I'm always afraid that would be abandoning someone. Oh. Depends what's wrong with the partner, of course, though.
Oh, wait. She's saying, wait, she was talking about the ghosting, though.
Oh, when you were saying, like, move to ghost someone. No, but she's, yeah. So, see, Wendy makes a good point. Mm-hmm. So, the thing is, she said, like, oh, I'm gonna feel, I'm gonna, she moved to a whole new state.
Yeah.
And everything like that to be with this person. And I was like, I don't want you to make I don't want you to make him your entire life, because that's very dangerous. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of us have been there, right? Mm-hmm. Where we make our partners our entire lives.
Well, and she moved for him, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, although they both said that it wasn't the case, but I'm like, listen.
But they got together very fast, and then she moved.
And then you moved, and I was like, that seems
so
like for him, right?
For him.
And again, I was like, I was okay with all of that. And once she said, hey, we're done, like, or essentially, I don't want you talking about that anymore, I said, okay, fine. And then I stopped. But then when they finally got together, she was in one state, and then when she finally like got to his state and they got together, she has not spoken to me since they moved there. And I was like, that feels very, like, I don't know, like, to me it feels very personal. I'm like, I thought we were best friends. Like, I'm so confused as to why you're like, you're still ignoring me. Yeah, like, we used to talk every single day, and then when they started like talking, we stopped talking frequently.
A lot more. Yeah.
And then now it's like just nothing.
And she hasn't even told you really what's going on for her.
No. So I was like, okay, so
she essentially ghosted you.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, that's, and this has happened before. This is not even a one-time thing. It's like I've essentially been replaced. I feel like I get replaced a lot by men. Yeah, by women who are in a relationship, and then they're like, bye, like they don't feel like they need a relationship anymore. I mean,
they
a
don't
friendship.
need their friendship anymore because they have their relationship.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, listen, I had stopped speaking negatively or whatever about the relationship. I was like, okay, you want to take this chance? Go ahead. I was like, there's a lot of things that I've not been like, yeah, go do it. But I've still been supportive of it. It's like there was other choices, and I was like, okay, well, I don't want you to do that, but I guess you're going to do it. So how can I help you? Right. And in this instant, this was like the one thing that I was just like,
that you actually were like, no.
Yeah. I was like, can you not?
Yeah. But she did. And she goes
Exactly. And I was like, great. So yeah, relationships, like difference in opinion of relationships, or
I think it's not so uncommon, right? Like, you have a friend who gets into a new relationship, and then that's all encompassing and that's all important, and we're the girlfriends are less important, or the platonic friends are less important, and it's just like, I'm not saying like
no,
it's okay or not okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And I mean, even I was talking to this situation with another friend, and she said that her cousin is essentially doing the same thing to her right now. And she was like, oh yeah, she always does this every time she's in a new relationship. For like 3 months, she forgets about everybody else. I was like, that is not healthy, guys.
Ashley's gonna say it right now.
That's not healthy. I'm not a doctor, but that is not healthy. I don't think that's healthy. What is another one?
Oh my gosh. Well, I feel like that.
I know we're coming like upon the hour now.
Right? But I feel like there was so much more to say about the one that I was. But
which
I wish
one?
That there were more, but I want. I don't know.
I mean,
it's fine. We'll come back to it.
No, but what was it? What was there more to say? Which one? Did we derail?
No, we didn't derail. Your story was perfect. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we kind of said that. Okay.
I'm so glad that I actually recorded, because I was like, oh my god, I think I didn't record this episode, but I did. I was like, this episode's so good.
Doesn't it go up on Twitch anyway? Or no, it doesn't?
Oh, yeah, it does. It does.
It's like there.
Yeah.
Well, this is similar. And again, like, I feel like, well, maybe because when we were talking about that before, I feel like
it was like a sub point or something, like
so somebody had mentioned like, again, kids going back to like as moms, because I don't like so many of my relationships and my friendship, my adult friendships are mothers that I've met through my kids, right? Or that I've met because we're all moms, and then our kids get to know each other, and then so I feel like just going back to, like, I had somebody mention that, like, they have a child who is neurodivergent, and that people...
Here, hold on.
What?
Let's see, someone said, I'm joining the convo late, but I feel like it's a bit more nuanced than just forgetting friendships outside exist when people enter into a new relationship. We accept it when newlyweds are in their honeymoon phase, or when we become new parents. I don't know.
No, I agree with that. I do think that's true. But I think your situation is maybe a little bit different because you feel like it wasn't such a good space for her to be in with this person. Right? Okay.
So it wasn't like a celebratory...
Well, it wasn't just that your friend was in this new relationship and you get, like she's saying, like, you have the honeymoon phase where, like, you're all obsessed with each other and nothing else exists.
Have you ever been in that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Where, like, you feel like, you're, like, just, it's like puppy love, and that's, like, all that matters, and nothing else really exists outside of that, and, like, all you want to do is be with that person. Right? That feeling.
I guess I've personally never had it. Just, she's like, it's when it feels like high school again.
Yeah, exactly.
See, it's funny because I don't think I ever had, like, I never, well, so with my relationship now, I feel like I did, but it was never always only about him because I was already a mother. Like, I've never, like, really not been a mother, because I was a mother at 21.
You make a good point.
So I've never...
So you maybe can't understand that, and so it might be harder for you to accept it.
I've never made my whole life, I guess, about, like, someone. Like, I guess, so you could potentially argue, like, when I got married, like, the first time I married, I saw an opportunity for myself, and we were friends for a long time, and I lived in Connecticut, and he lived in Oklahoma, and he was in the military. I did not want to move to Oklahoma. I did not want to get married or anything like that. I just wanted to keep it, like, very, what's the word, like, free, I guess? I don't know. Like, I wanted to do it slowly and meet him slowly and stuff like that. and he basically gave me an ultimatum. He was like, I can't be your friend anymore. He's like, I'm in love with you, and either you marry me or we're done.
Oh, wow.
And of course I was 20, so I was like,
okay,
yeah. I was like, let's get married.
Oh my god.
And so we got married, and I moved to Oklahoma, and then we had like talked about like, you know, we're gonna have our daughter, or well, we're gonna have a baby, and this is it, you know, life, right? The planned life.
So even then, you're saying you didn't have that sort of obsession and that feeling?
No, because it's funny because I loved him as a friend. And I even told him, I was like, hey, I'm not like in love with you.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't care. He's like, we'll fall in love. And we did.
Yeah.
We did. It took some time, but like
slowly.
It happened very slowly, even though it was in the marriage and like, you know, through pregnancy and like just through life.
Yeah.
So it's funny. We call it, we used to say it was like an arranged marriage, but I mean, you know, it became perfect because I got Freya, but you know.
Well, but so it makes sense that you would feel that like it's not necessarily a space that's so healthy if a person is feeling obsessed with their, you know, partner at that moment, or you would feel like, because you haven't experienced it in that way. Right?
Yeah, I guess so. And that's the thing. It's like, I guess maybe to me, I see it as very unhealthy just because of the way my husband, like my first husband, used to feel about me. And he was very like, oh, your happiness is my happiness and stuff like that. And then, you know, he later passed away due to his own personal choices. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, so if you make your life about another person, that's not okay. That doesn't seem healthy. Like, because I know he was dealing with severe depression and anxiety and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, so if you are not able to have your own personal life, then maybe there is something wrong there. But
right, but there's a difference.
That's complicated, right?
No, I understand what you're saying, but but there's a difference between like having, like what she was saying, like that, having that honeymoon phase, and also and and what's the word? I'm losing my words. Pinning your happiness on somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, because what you're saying is very different than what we're saying. Like, if you're, because it's not, I mean, he was obviously, you know, depressed and mentally unwell.
Yeah.
Already, probably. And so no, so like, I don't, it's not necessarily, it's not healthy to have your happiness dependent on another person's happiness. But that's different than like being in a relationship and having this new like crush, like, you know, that feeling. Like, it's like like again, like, it's, what did your friend said, like, it's like high school, you know, that feeling. And then that dissipates more and more, and then you come back to reality. And but, you know, disappearing as a couple in that way, I don't know if I'm like explaining it so well.
Okay, so when I was 16, and this is not okay either. When I was 16, I dated someone who was like 22, 23. And I really I thought like I loved him. I don't know what the heck I felt, but like, you know, we would always be together and stuff like that. But I would always be with my best friend at the time. And we were always hanging out, and like he wanted something more personal. I guess maybe because he wanted a more adult relationship, and I was like, yeah, I'm bringing my best friend along. I don't know about you. And one time and even though like I felt like I loved him, he asked me to stop being friends with that person.
Well, that's not.
And I was like, I was like, are you crazy? I was like, she came into my life before you did. And I mean, you know, I guess I'm very different than other people. It's like, in my mind, I'm like, people who have been my friends and people who are loyal to me, like, I'm not going to just drop you because of a brand new relationship, a new relationship that I have nothing. It's like, the person who commented said, new parents and newlyweds, they've been together probably a while, right? If you're getting married, like, whatever. I don't know how long it takes, but, you know, there's some people who get married it takes them a while. There's some people who, you know, they've known each other for like 3 months, you know, but that's still like 3 months, right? And even after having a baby, dude, that's 40 weeks of you guys like knowing each other and like dealing with pregnancy, because you know a relationship is completely crazy and different when you're pregnant and having a baby and like all that stuff. So yeah, you do give the people their space, but what do you do after? You come and you're like, do you need food? Do you need lasagna? You know, everyone's always giving people lasagna.
Right.
You know, it's like they don't disappear. That's a choice, right? Like if I say, oh, I'm going to step back because you guys are doing your thing, you guys are busy right now, that's a completely different thing than like, oh, I'm not going to message this person or take time to message this person because I'm, you know, in a new relationship or whatever. You know what I mean? So obviously it's like that in a sense. It's like, okay, you don't have to lose a friendship because of that. It's like, I don't know. That's my take on it, you know, whatever.
No, I hear you. Like yeah, I mean, I hear you.
What other points did you have?
Let's go back to my...
Dude, you have to have them in here, right here.
Where?
In your mind.
They're not in my mind. I mean, I think we covered a lot of them.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that was good.
Yeah. I think we covered a lot. Well, transitions. And that's kind of like...
I mean, life transitions.
Life transitions. But, and that almost ties into what we were just talking about, right?
Yeah.
Because, again, it's like you're in a new phase of life. And oftentimes people drop off for, well, it can be that reason.
Or you're in a new space altogether. Like, let's say, you know, you guys are all like in the clubbing phase, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna do my schoolwork or something. Like, you know, I don't know.
I have a newborn phase, and I don't want to go out clubbing anymore.
Yeah.
So maybe we can't relate as much anymore.
Yeah. Or like, you know, it's like, oh, you want to party all the time or like not get your stuff together. I want to get my stuff together. You know, it's like, I don't know about you, Wendy, but maybe you potentially lost some friends while you were doing all your schoolwork and stuff like that. Like maybe people didn't understand that you needed to focus on your work, you know, or be like, oh, I'll come back to you when after I get that master's, you know.
I love the masters, especially with the masters.
Hey, I'm really proud of her.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, no, right. Sorry, I just got a weird ding.
You're fine.
I'm gonna ignore that.
Lost track more than a breakup. Okay. So I guess like friendships can kind of like an ebb and flow of friendship, right? Rather than being something that's like super consistent. It's more like, oh, we're going to, you know, kind of like it's not even like you're taking an actual break, but more like, ebb and flow is a great description. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, you know, we're like super close right now. Okay, we're doing our thing. Oh, we're super close right now.
And
so I guess,
like that. Yeah.
So I mean, like I guess a good way to say it, it's like you are 100% going to lose friends. You're 100% going to have those friends that you don't lose. You know, I think it's safe to say that all of us have one way or another lost a friendship in adulthood, and it has been for various reasons. And I feel like, you know, if you have lost a friend or lost multiple friendships, I just want to let you guys know that like it's gonna be okay. Like you guys have you probably also gained new people during your transition.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, now that I am in this like new how do you say, is it a transit? It doesn't even, I don't even know how to explain it. Like that I am in this new path, I guess, with my life. I've been meeting the right people. I feel the people who are really supportive, the people who are healthy. Like, I used to always meet broken people. And obviously, like, I'm not saying that we're not all a little bit broken, right? Like, I'm definitely a little tweaked. But I've been meeting all these people that are like, I wanted to know before, like a long time ago. And I was like, wow, like, this is so cool. Like, a friendship doesn't have to be dramatic or, you know, stressful, or it's like, I don't know, like, a friendship can be very clean, I guess, if that's like, I don't know if I'm describing it. We attract who mirror where we are in life at that point. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's totally valid, you know. So, I mean, I guess right now I'm in just such a, like, I guess, stable place. I guess, you know.
So then maybe you're attracting more stable people.
Yeah, and it's been crazy because I've never been in this point in my life where I'm like, oh yeah, let's hang out, and that person is actually consistent, you know, or like just different, you know, different type of people, and it's been very, it's been very nice.
No,
it's been very nice.
Right. Recognizing that too. No, I think, you know, what did she say?
Wendy said, realizing a friendship doesn't need to be stressful is such an important piece. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. And I was talking about this with my friends the other night too. Like, that it shouldn't be hard, friendship, like, in that way, right? Like, and stressful is the best, is really the, because, like, relationships are difficult in the sense that, like, you need to put work into them, right? But putting work into them doesn't mean that it needs to feel, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. Like, stressful is not even it, and I can't really find the word. I feel like my words are escaping me tonight. I'm so tired tonight.
That's not good for a person who's on a podcast.
That is not good for a person who's on a podcast. Exactly. But I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. No, but I feel like, what? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Friendship should give more than it takes. 100%.
You feel, but, like, let's say, like, if you and I are in, well, I guess so. I guess it works both ways, right? It's like, I feel like we tend not to mourn people who are no longer in our life that are problematic. You don't stress yourself or make any sort of real effort to keep them in your life. Yeah, I guess that's true.
I don't know that I totally. So yes, I agree with that, but I also feel like there can be parts of that friendship that you can mourn or grieve over, but you can also recognize it wasn't healthy for you, right?
Yeah. Wendy said, "I've mourned who I thought they were."
There it is. I've mourned who I thought they were. Like, when you recognize who they really are, and they aren't necessarily who you thought they were, and that, right, you then grieve, like, who you thought they were.
Yeah, and who you thought they were going to be in your life.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. I mean,
no, but, like, right, friendship, in my opinion, at this point in my life, for me at least, right, is that we are building each other up, that we are feeding each other in positive ways, like I think Wendy said, like joy, right? Energy.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. More than anything. Oh, energy, joy, whatever. Aww.
Right, exactly.
I didn't even see that comment. Thank you.
Yeah. And like, just filling your cup. Like, we fill each other's cups, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not, I no longer want the friendships that feel to me like, and it's not work, it's just, sorry, it's just energetically, like, I feel exhausted after dealing with this person, right? Like, that feeling of, like, I'm drained. Like, I don't want to be drained anymore. I'm so drained already in my life in so many ways. I don't want to be drained by my friends. I want to, like, if we're sitting here and we're hanging out and we're feeling like your energy is positive and it's filling me, and I want to fill your energy too. Like, this sounds really, really
like, we're filling each other's energy.
No, but I just don't want to be exhausted by friendships.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not worth it.
That's true.
You're grieving the loss
of that feeling, expectation of what that friendship added to your life or the purpose they served, how they fulfilled you in a way. For me personally, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's the wording I'm having an issue with. You're grieving. Yeah, I think I agree with that. You're grieving the loss.
I know. I'm trying to understand that too.
/ expectation of what that friendship added to your life, or the purpose they served, how they fulfilled you in a way. I'm trying. I know. I'm. Me too.
What you're trying to say.
I don't know. I mean, maybe you could word it a little different. You're grieving what you thought you had. Okay, is that essentially what they're saying? See, the masters in English worked. You're grieving what you had or thought you had. I mean, yeah, definitely. That's just like a relationship, right? Like when you,
yes, that's it.
It's like, when you are like, I don't think I can add to that. It's like that's just what it is. It's like you're grieving what you thought you had. And it's like, when you lose a friendship, or I should say this, like, not all friendships you grieve. I feel like there are friendships that you're just like,
no, I've had a friendship where I did not grieve it at all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like, you have...
I definitely, like, when she...
What? It's not really the person, it's the benefit you attributed to having the friendship as part of your life. I mean, so are you saying that the person in your life, like that friendship, gave you more? Or like gave you... I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm guessing like if that person, that's where the sense of loss comes from. That you're missing something? So that person gave you something and now you don't have it in your life? Is that what it is?
Maybe? Is
that
what you mean?
Potentially. I mean, I guess... I don't know if I can agree with that specifically. Grieving the relationship as opposed to grieving the person.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand. Is that...
See, okay. Because so I understand grief as like this. It's like I grieve a person. I don't know if I grieve the situation, because it's like, for example, my husband, right? Of course I grieved like how the relationship that we had, or like the connection, or like, he was my husband, he was like my ride or die, right? But I feel like most of all, I definitely grieve the person that he was. Like, the conversation, like his humor, his laughter, whatever, like that sense, right? And it's like, even though I do have another partner now, I mean, yes, I don't grieve having a husband anymore, because now I have my husband now.
But you grieve what he brought to you versus what
it's like I still grieve the person. I'm like, man, like I also grieve like, okay, I grieve you as a person just because you're no longer here and you definitely should be. So I mean, I guess in that sense, it's like it's harder, it's different, right?
It's a little bit of both, right? Because you can be grieving the person themselves, but then the person themselves brought whatever they brought to you. But then if you replace it, or you have somebody else who brings that to you, then you are no longer gonna grieve that they brought, because they fulfilled their purpose, but this new person is bringing that to you, and so you don't, like, you're not missing that anymore. Does that make sense?
I mean, so one of the longest friendships that I had, and we were friends since we were like 11, and when our friendship like actually like was no longer, or I grieved the nostalgia, like, because I guess like growing up and moving so much, it's like I never had a friend that was with me for that long, you know, and it's like we still kind of like knew each other or we know of each other essentially, you know, I've like, but it was more like, it's like, whoa, I don't have anybody from that time in my life, you know, and it's like
so
you know what I mean?
Person would remind you of that time in your life.
Yeah, like those good things, you know, it's like, I think I'm friends with like one person, and I say friends kind of lightly because we never really talk. But I think I'm friends with like one person from high school that I would say like, oh, I'm kind of cool with. I feel like everybody else I didn't really have. I had a very light friendship, I guess. Like, oh, you know each other, I know you, you know me.
Right.
But one friend, and we were like boyfriend girlfriend, and then like now we're still friends, and like we know each other, and that's like the only friend I have from like high school, and it's like further back I don't really know anybody, like, because I've moved so many times. You're viewing grief as a singular loss. It's way more complex than that. It's like you can miss going to the beach with your husband, but you don't miss how they never put gas in the car after the road trip. Huh? I don't know. Maybe am I confused? I feel like singular loss. I guess like one aspect. I don't know. Maybe this conversation has turned into grief more than. I was like, we're not trying to talk about grief. That's another episode.
Oh my god, that's true because we're talking about doing that.
But yeah, I think we're good, right?
Yeah,
I feel like
we covered
we covered a lot.
If there's other stuff people can.
Yeah, obviously, if you guys have felt like you've been in the same situation or something like that, or you want to add something, you know, obviously go ahead. You guys are more than welcome always. And thank you. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being with us today. And we hope to see you soon in a couple of weeks. Yeah, so stay tuned. Follow us on socials. See what on the website. We also have where we'll be putting. We have a calendar. There's not different topics yet, but I will be posting those soon. We just have to kind of like gather what we're, you know, like specifics about what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
And yeah, have an awesome weekend, guys. Yeah. Thank you.